A Day on the Focus with Anne. Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today's date, February 21st, has seen its fair share of history unfold, from the dramatic to the downright quirky. Buckle up, buttercups, because we're diving in. First off, let's talk about 1848, the year Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels dropped the mother of all manifestos, the Communist Manifesto. Talk about a game changer. Suddenly, everyone was chatting about class struggles and revolution. I bet the postman was having a field day delivering all those copies. Then we have 1797, Songwei, a French invasion of Britain. Seriously? 1,400 French soldiers trying to conquer the Brits? And they were stopped by just 500 British reservists. And Fauveheard. Sounds like a really bad historical comedy. I bet the French soldiers were muttering, "Sacré bleu!" a lot that day. Jumping ahead to 1945, it's World War II and the Battle of Iwo Jima. Kamikaze pilots sink the USS Bismarck Sea. Talk about a dramatic end for a ship. And the Brazilian Expeditionary Force actually fought and won at Monte Castello on the Italian front. A far cry from Rio beaches, that's for sure. 1952 brings us the scrapping of identity cards in the UK. No more Big Brother, well, at least not in that specific way. I bet it must have felt amazing to the British population after the war, and the restrictive measures taken by the government then. And finally, a shout out to 1878, the year New Haven, Connecticut, got its very first telephone directory. Imagine the gossip. Suddenly, you could find anyone's number without having to send a pigeon. It's amazing to think how quickly we evolved from the early telephone directories to the smartphones we use today. So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of February 21st history. From revolutionary manifestos to ill-fated invasions and the very first telephone directories, it seems that a lot happened on this day. And now, for our creative story. Imagine Rebecca Nurse, executed as a witch in 1692, somehow time-traveling to 1952. She's bewildered by the lack of identity cards and amazed by the technology of the era. She sees a car, she hears the radio. She can only whisper, "What sorcery is this?" Imagine her horror upon learning that the first atomic bomb was tested in 1945, and the political turmoil surrounding the Cold War. She tries to explain her situation. An innocent woman accused of witchcraft during the Salem witch trials. No one believes her. Instead, she is committed to a psychiatric ward. The irony? Her supposed witchcraft is exactly what the modern medical establishment assumes is her sickness. This is a modern form of condemnation, as people back then were condemning and persecuting women for the mere allegation of using witchcraft and magic. That's all the time we have for today, folks. Join me tomorrow for another exciting day on the Focus. Until then, keep those history books handy.